Alright, today I have a Japanese gold P lock. It is a 6-pin lock with, it's got spools that are kind of like gin spools. They're thin-lipped spools, and there is matching countermilling on the plug. So you can think of it kind of like a ASA 600 with barrels, or the ASA Maximum, not the ASA Twin Max. But I have a few of these. I have this one I haven't even unwrapped yet. And this, I think, is an older one. And I've also picked the, this is not a gold, this is a gold Z. So these are the gold P's, and then this newer one. I've picked this newer one I got. And this newer one has, what was it? It has something different in there that this one didn't have. The spools on here are more sloped, and I can't remember what the other thing. Oh, there's T-pins in here as well, which made this one actually, the new one, a lot easier. But I'm told by others that their ones don't have T-pins, and it's only on these. It's only on the very, what is it? On the very low lifts, on the extremely low cuts that, yeah, I have the T-pins in there. So these two are keyed alike. One of them has a fatter spool, and the other one has the thin lip spool on one of the chambers, and they both have a fatter spool on one chamber. So one of them has two fat spools, one of them has one fat spool. I hope I have the one with one fat spool, because it's the one with only one fat spool is harder. It has 5 thin lips and 1 fat. So I'm pretty sure this is the one. So I had a bunch to choose from, and I wanted to pick the hardest one out of the lot. So let's go ahead, and I haven't done any picking today, but this is a hard one, even if I've picked regardless. And I'm going to go through a number of picks. I have these Jimmy Long's picks, and I'm going to use them for different reasons. I have this this flat-tipped short hook, and I'm going to use these on the front too, which are these thin spooled, and I'm looking for binders. So the first one's now binding. The first one wasn't binding, and the second one was binding. I click out of it, and I get counter rotation when I push on these. So unlike the I think the ASA 600, I have to, maybe more with the gins than with the barrels, I have to manually counter rotate. And this one I can just push them up, and it gives me counter rotation from pushing on the pin. Now I'm going to find that when I try to go back with this, I get stuck on pin 5 there. And I also, as going back, I don't feel any binding from 3 or 4. So just any old, this one's probably too steep for what I'm looking to do, but kind of a rounded tip. I just want to lift pins 5 and 6 slightly so I can fit a different hook underneath them. Right now they're like resting on the warding back there, and it's difficult to go underneath them. So I'm going to lift up 6 a little bit, just to, like that. And now that'll enable me to get whatever hook underneath. I have this deep hook, which will also, if I go from the bottom and then I snake my way up onto it, I can get now under pin 6. And I can feel pin 6. It gave me some counter rotation, and now it's definitely jiggling. Come forward. I've just passed 5, so I wanted to check 5, but I accidentally went past it. Now I feel pin 4. I'll click there. Feels like it's jiggling. Pin 3, I feel. Give me counter rotation. Ooh, that I don't like that sound. I don't like hearing more than one thing from a pin, because that might lead you to an overset. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to that short hook again, make sure that pins 1 and 2 are still set. I can feel already I'm stuck under pin 1, so there, a little click, push on it, getting counter rotation, click. 2, no, it's just jiggling. So we'll go and we'll start from the back again with this deep hook. So I'll go all the way to number 6, and number 6 still jiggling. 5. Feels like counter rotation. I can feel my thing rotating a bit. So there we go. 5. Back to 4. It feels like 4 might have dropped down some. Indeed. There we go. 3. Feels like it dropped down some. So that you'll get this a lot. There's fairly tight tolerances, so you get a lot of drop. Again, that double thing from 3 that I don't like. Might have dropped some stuff in the back. Feel the front again. 1, twice from 1 again, nothing from 2. Go to the back again. I probably dropped something with that double 3. Number 6 is jiggling. I just went past number 5 that I really want to check. And once I go past, I can't push again because the shape of the hook. So I kind of have to pull and use the slope to get it. All right, 5 still seems to be jiggling there. 4 seems to have dropped when I set 3, I guess. Oops, the whole thing's not tight in here. Okay, 4. Trying to get on 4 properly. There we go, click from 4. That seems jiggly. 3. I think that still feels jiggly. Go to the back again before I check the front too. 6, 5, 4, 3, and I'll check the front 2 with that short hook. That's not, that is short hook. Okay. 2, 1. Okay, so everything feels fairly set. So now I got to be a little bit more more intentional with feeling for my jiggling. 6 definitely jiggling. 5 definitely jiggling. 4 is questionable. 4 is questionable. It seems to be giving me a little counter rotation. It has a very, very high set. Right, I think that went a little bit higher. 3 seems to be set. Let's go back to the back again and make sure that nothing else dropped back there. 6, 5. 4 is still a little questionable. 3 seems okay. Check these front 2. 1 seems set. 2 seems set. So maybe that questionable 4 is still not set. It's probably a really, really, really high set. 5, 4. Sounds like stuff's dropping as I try to set this number 4. Trying to find like the point of the pin, like that. The point of the pin where I can push, so I'm not pushing on like a upper part of the slope and have to go even higher or anything like that. Doing that, drop number 3. So I got 3 back up. Let's go to the back and see if I drop anything. Feels like I might have dropped 5. There we go. 4. Ugh, scraping all over the inside of that lock. Let's check 1 and 2. Something doesn't feel like it's, all right, 1 just set a little bit. Something doesn't feel like it's completely set, like it's stuck in a halfway state. It's kind of weird. All right, 6, 5, oops, 4, all right, 3 is behaving weird, and we're open. So 3 had dropped, and I clicked it. So you can see a lot of ping-ponging, a lot of dropping going on, but as long as you just keep at it, keep pushing the binders, look for the jiggles, and eventually it'll open. So not a big deal, just need to be persistent and methodical, right? So we'll turn on our autofocus and we'll look inside this thing. So some Phillips head screws back here. Take those off, get this little core out. So that's just the housing. We'll move that stuff out of the way. Get ourselves a pinning tray. So we can gut this 2 ways because it's got a thing. All right, so it's open obviously. Lock it back up. We could either, oh, something fell over there. Take these screws off the back and gut it traditionally through the plug, or you can pop this this top off. If you want to do progressive pinning, having one of these pop-offs is really great. You just pop that off with a screwdriver like this, and there you go. I was kind of on the fence which way I want to do this. I'll do this the traditional way. Take these 2 screws off the back, because we need to get the plug out anyway, so we can take a look at that and see the countermilling. So no reason to gut it through the top really. So take the back off, and for this we'll need a follower and the key. So there we go. You might want to use a shim, and also this thing, you can see the holes in the side. There are ball bearings with heavy springs, especially if you have a new one. The springs are really heavy, and these old ones, I don't know if they were weaker springs or if they're just worn out. You don't have to worry as much. Now, rather than holding it here to catch those springs, you need to make sure you hold it, you know, 90 degrees from the keyway, because you'll have turned where those ball bearings are. So with the key in, with the key in, I can only turn it, I have to turn it more, because otherwise we'll be in the gap with the drivers. So let's go ahead and try not to lose these springs and these ball bearings. Success. And now I'll drop the ball bearing. There's the 2 ball bearings. Take the key out. Get ourselves a tweezer. Put these in chamber 7 because there's only 6 pins in here. Get the springs out for these. Should be one on the other side too. There we go. All right, there's the springs. Let's get some pins out, key pins. And these, I think they're all mushroomed. So if you overset, then you're gonna be stuck. Oh, let's see. Yeah, they're mushroomed. So if you overset them, you'll be stuck. All right, this plug has countermilling on every chamber, 1 deep countermill. So the ASA 600 has their barrel milling is 2 thin grooves. Show you this. Oh, it's you hit a lip, then another lip, and then out. So, but that's overmilling. So it feels like you got a countermill, and then you got an overmill on there, feels like, which means that you would set more than one twice, but I don't know if I noticed that. Maybe on the Goal Z you notice that more. All right, let's get some driver pins. So you can see these are thin-lipped barrels with I guess these do have the slope to them. So they're sloped down, not barrels. What am I? Thin-lip spools, and then they have a thin lip on the bottom here, like that. All right, spring. Next one. So all these front 6 should all be like that, and then the front 5. I think it's the 6th one that gave me a bigger. The 6th one gave me a bigger, like longer counter rotation. It wasn't like just a click. It gave me a traditional kind of spool counter rotation. So I think that's the fat lip on number 6. Like I said, this one should have 1 fat lip spool. All right, I didn't take all the springs out as I was doing it because they're all the same. There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's take a look at these. That 6th one, like I said, is it's got a fat lip on the spool. You see how it's like this big fat lip, not thin lip, and it's more of a standard spool shape. It's got a straight spool area. A lot of these do as well. See, this one has straight spool area, straight spool, and then the front 2 are these kind of graduated spools, whatever you call them, sloped, whatever. Let's take a close look. There we go. There's that plug, and that is the Goal P. Maybe I don't know if maybe I'll plug this one. I'll pick this one right out of the bag or something like that. They're, like I said, as long as you're methodical, you shouldn't be afraid of picking them. All right, thanks everyone. Bye.